Today, I'm Nestor LeConte with the Pacific Daily News. Here are our top stories from the PDN newsroom. A long unfinished mall in Tumon is now being eyed as a possible temporary home for Simon Sanchez High School students at an estimated lease cost of some $25 million. The unfinished Tumon Bay Mall, located across the street from the Crown Plaza Resort Guam, is in the running as a home for the roughly 1,600 Sanchez Sharks who have been stuck in double session at the John F. Kennedy High School campus for about a year now. Until recently, the top option was to install modular units at a 15-acre parcel of Guam Housing Corporation land across the street from the old GGO campus, which was abandoned after serious damage by Typhoon Mawar in May 2023. Guam Department of Education Superintendent Dr. Eric Swanson shared the mall possibility with the Guam Education Board last week. GDOE is aiming to get Sanchez students into their own campus by Christmas. Despite being idle for years, the mall appeared well kept from the outside, with the grass cut, trees trimmed, and the asphalt clear of algae. In other news, a pursuit after a reported burglary at a Mangilaw store early Sunday morning led to shots exchanged between the suspect vehicle and a responding officer. That's according to Guam Police Department Acting Spokesman Sergeant Paul Tapao. GPD's Criminal Investigation Division is currently investigating the officer-involved shooting incident that occurred around 12:57 a.m., Tapao said. Officers from the Central Precinct Command responded to a burglary in progress at the Hyrule Market in Mangilaw. A pursuit ensued, and during the chase, several gunshots were discharged from the suspect vehicle at the responding officer, Tapao said. The officer returned fire as more officers assisted in the pursuit. 3 people, 2 men, and 1 woman were arrested after their vehicle crashed in Chalanpago, Tapao said. They were identified as Ethan Jared Aguero, 20, Vicente Trevor Aguero, 20, and Kawai Lei Mendiola, 18. The federal receiver running the Ordot dump is arguing that the government of Guam can't sue them unless the District Court of Guam allows it. Attorneys for the government have filed a federal lawsuit against the contractors that receiver Gershman, Brickner, and Bratton, or GBB, hired to close out the hazardous Ordot dump. GovGuam is alleging that designs for the system that handles runoff from the dump site are faulty, resulting in continued expenses and discharge into the Lonfit River, and wants the court's permission to also sue GBB. But GBB has since moved to block the lawsuit, arguing that they are immune from a lawsuit by GovGuam. Court filings state that the District Court of Guam granted GBB immunity when it appointed the firm to oversee operations of the Guam Solid Waste Authority in 2008. The receivership resulted after the federal government sued GSWA for failing to close the Ordot dump over environmental concerns. In other news, an audit report released last week by the Office of Public Accountability showed that the Antonio B. Wonpat International Airport Authority experienced a, quote, significant decrease in net position in fiscal 2023, or a net loss of $31.9 million. According to the OPA report, the airport closed FY 2023 with a net position of $249.7 million, down from $281.6 million in FY 2022. The report stated FY 23 total expenses of $92.9 million exceeded total revenues of $61 million. The FY 23 total revenues were a $22.9 million decrease from the FY 22 total revenues of $83.9 million. The decrease in total revenues was mainly due to a reduction in federal operating and capital grants, the report stated. Total FY 23 expenses represented an $8.6 million increase from the $84.3 million in FY 2022, with operating expenses of $47 million, constituting 51% of total expenses, the report said. For more of these stories, go to GuamPDN.com and follow us on social media.